Y'all, I've been in a particular sewing mood lately. Can you guess? So I decided to make this McCalls pattern and I did it in 4 days. So I spent an average of maybe 4 to 6 hours a day sewing for 4 days to make this dress. And I'm going to show you how it turned out. So first off, I did make these stays a couple of weeks ago on a video, which you can find here. I'll add the link and then it'll also be linked in the description. So if you're looking for it and you can't find it, go to the description. But I also made this chemise last week so that I would have the proper undergarments for this dress. And the chemise took me, I want to say, about 12 hours to finish. I'm guessing. I didn't time myself, honestly. But it was pretty easy. I got the pattern on clearance, but I will link where I got it and what pattern I have. I would say though, if you do get this pattern and you print it out, the sleeves, the bottom line of the sleeves on the PDF pattern is cut off. So I just went with the bottom of the page that it was on as my sleeve length, and it seems to have turned out fine. So let's get to sewing the dress though. So for making the Regency dress, I decided to go ahead and make a mock-up of the sleeve for the dress and for the jacket because I do tend to have problems in the sleeve. So this is the sleeve for the dress, and as you can see, it doesn't quite come up into my armpit um, because of the tightness here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a couple inches like I normally do. But the sleeve for the jacket, oops, the sleeve for the jacket seems to come all the way up without any tightness issues. It's a little snug, so I'm probably going to still add like half an inch, but I don't think I need to add the full 2 inches like I normally do for the arms. Um, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fix that on the pattern and then I will be back. Right, and so for the jacket sleeve, I did add the ½ inch where the bicep is. That translated to being greater than a ½ inch at the top because I did a wedge. I just measured down about where my bicep would fall, and I added a ½ inch on the front and a ½ inch on the back and put a wedge on both pieces so that it would accommodate the room I needed there. In order to add the 2 inches, I took 3 slices straight down the sleeve, and my ruler has 1/10 of an inch markings. So I did 7, which gives me just over the 2 inches, but that's okay. So I did 0.7 of an inch between each vertical slice, and then horizontally, I just did about a 1/4 inch. So since I was using the tenths, I did just underneath the 3/10 of an inch mark. So that is how I added 2 inches to the sleeve. And then for the band of the sleeve, I just cut it down pretty close to the middle and added 2 inches in. So that will be my new band length. Interesting note, if you are newish to sewing, when you are making a sleeve, or sometimes it's marked that way on the garment itself, if you have a double notch and a single notch that you have to align, the single is generally the front of the garment and the double is the back of the garment, and they do it that way so that you can tell which way you need to turn the item. So the sleeve, which doesn't look that different depending on which way you're looking at it, you can tell by making sure that you have the single notch on the front and the double notch on the back. All right, so this is my new sleeve. So since I added the 2 inches, it now fits perfectly. It is not too tight, and I can get it all the way up into the armpit where it needs to go. So sleeve worked. Now that I got my sleeve fixed, I am going to go ahead and cut out my actual fashion fabric and make sure that I have enough of the fabric so that I don't have to get a different one. So I'll see you in a little bit. Well, I was going to use this fabric with the pretty little blue and yellow flowers, but I am short just a few inches. So I am going to have to change up my strategy and change the fabric that I'm going to use. So I'll be back with that. So I'm kind of experimenting. I'm going to make a couple of strips of canvas, which I've already cut, and I'm going to place them between the lining and the outside of the bodice so that I can use these to put the buttonholes and buttons on because it'll be sturdier than the cotton. And we'll see how it works. I'm also going to put hook and eye on the outside to use the tab that is existing on the pattern to cover the buttons. So we'll see. So here are the changes that I've made. Originally, the 2 darts for the bust were over about an inch more toward the middle, which made the chest kind of look a weird box shape. So I moved the darts over to the outsides about an inch. And then on the back, this is what I'm doing instead of the way the pattern has you do it. It just has you make buttonholes and buttons for the overlapping portions. But what I'm doing is I'm going to use the overlapping portion as a placard to cover the buttons, and I am going to do hook and eye to hold it shut. And then under the placards, I'm going to have this canvas where I put the buttons and buttonholes so that they are covered when I wear it. So those are the 2 changes I'm making so far. We'll see if they are all the changes, but for now, that's all I see that needs to be changed. That's it. She's done. Guess I need to put it on. I guess I need the dress too. Okay, that's better, right? So let's talk about this dress. It came out spectacular, I think. I did have some issues, of course, with fitting in the sleeves. Those are always an issue for me, but I was able to just add a couple inches and the sleeves work great. Take this off so you can see this front. I moved the darts, as I said, over an inch towards the outside, and that seems to work way better for me. It may not work for everybody, but it works for me. And the placard that I placed in the back to cover the buttons, I love the way it looks. Way better than the buttons would have looked on the outside. And I changed the gathering to pleats in the back. I think it looks better. And I think from what I could find, it was more common to pleat than to gather, but I'm not big into the research. So if you know, tell me, because I like to benefit from other people's research. No, I'm just kidding. I actually do my own research, but I was having trouble finding the images I was looking for on the fly because this was kind of a push to finish because I got the fabric like 2 weeks ago and I had visitors in town and some other stuff going on. So this was sewn in 4 days, but it got done. Well, I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you got something out of it, at least some entertainment. And I hope to see you soon on another video. I am planning one for next week. We will see if I get it done or not, but my aim is to have a new video every Friday. So hopefully I'll see you soon and give me a like, a subscribe. I am enjoying building my YouTube channel and hope that people are still enjoying me. So give me some feedback and have a wonderful day.